Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Wednesday, May the 3rd, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to go through the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypothesis for the day. We do create multiple hypotheses in order to have a plan in place for whatever the market throws at us. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website. There's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis in the during the course of the RTH trading zone. Hold on a second. I just got to adjust a stop here. I'm running short on gold right now. Excuse me. Okay. Here, so we want to, so send me an email, quantumleapfutures@gmail.com, and if you want to come in and check us out. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, first things first, it is Fed Day. So we do have FOMC coming out. We did have ADP, non-farm employment change, came out just slightly less than expected, but better than prior. 9:45, we've got final services PMI. Then we've got ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 o'clock Eastern. Crude inventories at 10:30, and then the big one will be the FOMC and the federal funds rate. The ADP this morning didn't really get much of a move. We got a bigger move in gold at 8:30 after 15 minutes after, where we finally broke down a bit and are now below the 9 and the 20. Taking a look at yesterday, our main hypothesis for yesterday was a move down to test the value area low and somewhere between the 82 and the 79. I'm sorry, yeah, 82.50 and 79. We were looking for responsive buyers to step in then and rotate us up and then come up into the top area of the prior day and just chop and go sideways. Our secondary hypothesis was a move up, a failure to break out, and then a rotation down and chop in the lower. We kind of got a combination of both. We did get an inside day. We were expecting just to go sideways due to the fact that we've got Fed today, and we did. Just very, very boring, almost untradeable. We did create a double distribution. The interesting thing about this double distribution is that the LVN between the upper and the lower distribution just happens to be right at our 5-day balance of the microcomposite VPOC. If you look at the composite, here's our balance that we're in. The 5-day balance is 85 1/4. So really kind of a weird situation where we just traded around that, but not on it during the course of the day. Currently, right now, we're trading near the low of the night. Our low of the night is 23.81. We're trading right at yesterday's low at 81.75. I do want to show something to you because I've pointed it out before, and you know, Peter and I were talking about it last night, and I don't know how many of you trade the Globex, but there is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity that sometimes sets up in the Globex, and it's called the Globex gap. And between the 5 o'clock close, 5 p.m. close, the ETH session, the extended trading hours that runs between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, and the 6 o'clock Eastern time open, there's sometimes sets up what is called a Globex gap. And you see that the close right here was 84.75, and then the open right here was 84, which left a 3-tick gap. This is something that has a very, very high probability of being closed. In fact, the studies that I've done on it, it has a 99.5% probability of getting closed at some point in time during the Globex. Usually it closes very quickly, not always, but it does have a very high probability of getting closed. Very, very rare that they leave it open. So how do you trade that? Well, you're not really going to trade a 3-tick gap. What you're looking for is for them to open and move further away and then trade back into it. And I actually got filled yesterday or in Globex this morning or last night at 82.75 and wrote it up, and I finally closed mine down at 85. I was trying to get 85.25, but they just didn't want to fill me, so I finally took the 85. But the real close on I had already funded on it. I had traded multiple contracts. Where you want to have a target if you're trading singles is you want to have it 1 tick in front of the gap to make sure that the gap gets closed and you get taken out. So on this particular circumstance, you would have had your main target, your primary target at 84.50 to make sure you got filled. Both Peter and I both traded it last night. So something I wanted to share with you because it is such a high probability. If any of you guys are trading the Globex, I just wanted to share that with you. Doesn't always set up, but when it does, it's really good. Okay, so let's just take a step back. I always like to start my day with a monthly chart. I use my paper money to do my homework on this particular computer. And what I do is I like to start with a monthly. I use a 9 EMA and a 20 SMA. I'm looking for slope and separation, strength of the trend, where the trend is being challenged or violated. You can see that on the monthly, we've got a very strong trend. We're trading near the all-time highs. Good slope, good separation, trend is intact on the monthly. On the weekly, we've got the gap up. And believe it or not, I mean, it's 2 days in. We're coming into our 3rd day. We only have a 10-point weekly range right now. We are tightening, and we are going to break out of there, and it's probably going to be, today or on the Friday ADP numbers. But right now, we are above the 9 and the 20, and we have, good slope and good separation. On the weekly, trend is definitely there on the weekly. On the daily, you can see that we've got a flag formation, move, a little bit of weakness coming in the last 2 days. We had an inside day yesterday. We'll probably come down and try to come into that gap zone again and fill and test the 9 from above on the daily. We'll talk about the gap zone in just a minute, but the overall trend is up. Going to the intraday, you can see that we are seeing some weakness coming in the Globex. We are starting the possibility of a downward trend on the 4-hour, on the 1-hour. You can see that we do have good slope and separation. They came up, failed to hold above the 9, and we're back below the 9 right now, getting a little bit of resistance coming in here, but overall the trend is down on the 1-hour. On the 30-minute, you can see that we've lost some separation. We do have some slope, and we are below the 9 and the 20. Watch for a move above the 82.50 area. That violates the trend, and we could start the upward trend and a move back towards that 5-day balance at 85.25. Going to the 15-minute, you can see that we are trying to get back above the 9 and the 20. We've lost slope. We're losing separation. We had created a naked cross down here on this move up, and they came down and took it out. So sideways consolidation right now on the 15-minute. And then on the 5-minute, basically the same thing. Just sideways consolidation, no real trend. But the overall trend on the larger time frames, and why we do this, is to understand that we're getting wiggles to the downside, but the overall trend is still very much intact to the upside. And I'm still expecting those larger numbers to get taken out. Key areas to watch today is this. You can see if I bring this profile to the front, you can see that there is this LVN right here, microcomposite LVN at the 82.25. We're just back above it. Above that, we've got the value area low, the 6-day value area low down here at the 82.75. And you see that where we tried to hold value on the blow off top right here, where we put in that all-time high at 23.98, adjusted to the June 24.01 for the March. This is a very important area for us to hold right now, is the 82.50. Below it, then I'm looking for a break of the overnight low and a push down into the gap zone down here between this 77.75 and the 74.50, 74 area, targeting that 75.50 mid. You might even want to target the 76.50, which was a former microcomposite VPOC here as your main target in the gap zone. Above the 82.75, first target is the 83.50. That is our VPOC from yesterday. And then, of course, the main target above is this 85.25. Resistance doesn't come in until really now. I would say the 88.50 and then 89.75, and anything above 89.75, you want to be long into 93, and I would be holding for a push up into the 98 and 2400 area. Taking a look at the Globex session, again, we talked about that Globex gap last night. We did open last night at 86.75. Inventory is about 90% net short, almost 100% net short, and we're finding balance down here around that microcomposite LVN and value area low between the 82.25 and 82.75. There's an LVN right here at the 83.75, and of course the overnight low is only 3 ticks. So we only 3 ticked yesterday's RTH session. This is a clue that the buyers are defending this area here. If they can't, the clear target below is that naked VPOC and naked close that's still down there at 80.50 and 80.25, I believe. It was 80.50 and 80.25, 80.50 and 80.25. And our week low, meaning not just weak as in not strong, but the weekly low, which is only a 10-point week so far, between 90.75 and 80.75 is low. So we still, our weekly ATR, 20-period weekly ATR is running at 33.80, and we're only 10 points, and we're on Wednesday. I expect this week range to get expanded today, either to the upside or to the downside, or both. I think we could see a move early down and then a move up later. But yeah, everything's going to be all about the Fed announcement today. So let's move our overnight numbers over. Our overnight high obviously is 86.25. Just 1 tick inside of the value area high from yesterday, and our overnight low is 81, 2 ticks or 3 ticks below the low from yesterday, and 1 tick above the weekly low. And then our VPOC is not likely to change. It is at 82.25. And we have this LVN at 83.75, which is our VPOC. So I rarely use a VPOC as a trade area, but I'm going to be using this as a trade area because I expect to either go and take out that naked VPOC and reject it, or move through it and up to test the key number, which is the LVN, the double distribution, but more importantly, again, it is the microcomposite VPOC. So this is a rare circumstance. I typically like to enter trades or add on to trades at areas of low volume because I'm expecting them to be rejected. But due to the circumstances, which is rare, I'm actually going to be using these areas as areas to enter trades on either rejection or a blow through, and I'll either enter trades or add on to trades rather than exit trades. Above us we have the overnight high and then the value area high at 86.50. I'm actually not going to use that. I would usually use this as a trade area, but because I'm using the 85 1/4, I'm not going to do that. So I have to go all the way up into the open of yesterday at 87.50, targeting the 88.75, and I want to be long. Okay, if we're if we're above that 87.50 for the push through to expand the week high up at 90.70, and then targeting 93, 94.75, the June all-time high at 98 and 24.01. Our daily ATR is running, it's shrinking again. We're now down under 18 points. It's 17.53, so 81 plus 17.53 gives us a daily upside 88 ATR target, okay, 2 ticks above our all-time June adjusted high. And off of the high overnight of 86 1/4, our downside daily ATR target just comes down slightly to 68.75. All right, and that's all the information that I need overnight. So quickly, our hypotheses. I'm expecting a move early today. I'm not looking for a really big move, and then I'm looking to chop and go sideways. So my main hypothesis for the day is an open auction just in range. I'm looking for them to push down lower into the gap zone, and then I'm looking for them to find buyers, okay, and go sideways and start working our way up into the 85 1/4 area. And then I'm looking to come into the Fed, okay, around that 85 1/4. And then after the Fed, of course, it's, we either break to the upside and push through to new all-time highs and the adjustment of the unequalized high between the March contract and the June contract, or we break down and we fall back into the gap zone and come down and close somewhere down here, between 70 and the 64 area. Hypo 2 is an open auction in range, a push up into the 85, chop around the 85, push up, and then press the 90.75 area and go sideways between 90.75 and 88.75 into the Fed, and then again a break up higher on the news or a breakdown lower. There's really not much more to say other than that. I think that we'll get a early move during the development of the IB, and then I think we'll basically go sideways or slowly trend up into the news. So not much we can do in terms of hypothesis overall today other than that. Taking a look at gold. Oops. You can see that yesterday our main hypothesis for gold was a move down to the 50-130 area, find buyers and rotate up, get the composite shift from the 66 back down to the 54.7, and then chop around here with a push up through to the 60 to 61 area. They front ran me. I didn't get the trade off because they only got to 50, 50, sorry, that's last night, that's tonight. They only got to the 52.6, and then they rotated off of that. So one harmonic rotation, I missed on gold, the long. Overnight, we've come down, and we got to within 3 ticks of the microcomposite VPOC, and we're basically chopping. I think we're going to get stuck around this 54, 70 area until we go into the Fed, and then based on the Fed news, we'll either pop up to 66 or break down and come down into the 39.40 area. Not much else to say today, gang. In terms of we're prime for, this is a classic case of a move from balance to imbalance, create new balance, and now we've created that balance, and it's time for a breakout. And based on news that will revalue the marketplace, we'll break and go to new all-time highs, or we'll fail and we'll come back down and work our way back down to the longer term microcomposite VPOC down here at 56.25. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.